Professional Dog Training School of Alexei Potokhin. For training and to reward the dog, we use meat or some other natural food, like cheese, meat, sausage, etc. Any dry food itself, crackers, some goodies that are sold in pet stores. It is not the best option because the dog chews it, crumbs fall down, and it picks them. When all this is happening in the movement, the dog begins to cough, plus it is not interesting for the dog anymore. Generally speaking, there is nothing better than usual, normal and natural meat for a hungry dog. If the dog's hungry, it's quite easy to work with it. We can, lie it down, make it execute other orders, go around, lead it close by, and do whatever you want. If the dog performs everything you say, the only thing left is to identify every move with a certain command. You should form understanding of a dog that each command corresponds with a certain activity. If we take the well-fed dog that we are trying to feed with crackers or dry food, so the dog is not interested, it is distracted and training lasts a very long time. The dog should not eat for as long as it's necessary in order to make it work. Some dogs do not have to eat at all. It is always hungry. For some dogs, it's enough to miss one feeding. For other dogs, 2 days. Everything depends on the individuality, but if a dog wasn't fed for some days already and it starts to eat, then there is no necessity not to constantly feed it for several days. Several days is a random case. Just try to achieve that your dog understands that it must deserve food, that nobody will feed it in the kitchen, because the dog who has everything doesn't need anything. It is not totally ready to collaboration with the person. This dog is a good social pet that has its individual interests. The dog's vital interests should be aspiration to the person and work. In order to achieve this, you should first work with the help of real objective facts, that is food, toys, leash, or just socialization with your dog. That's it. Now we have training. That's it, go back. Of course, it has sense. In order for us to do certain exercises or remember a sequence of actions, go around, go backward, go around, go backward. For your dogs, it has very deep sense and meaning. There was no work with dogs because they are not hungry. It's understandable with this dog, but what about this one? It's hungry, true. I don't know. What does it mean to be hungry? I didn't feed it in the morning, but fed in the evening. Here we come. What time is it now? What time does it eat at? It ate in the evening, at 9 a.m. No, in the morning it didn't eat. Nothing. Poor lamb. It's 10 a.m. now. Not even 10 yet. What time does it usually have breakfast? At 9? Well, awesome. You're claiming it didn't eat? It's called when a housemaid showed up late a bit and didn't give a bone a bed. Should not I have fed it in the evening? Yes? No, that's not the point. Not to eat is what happened, what embellished took place. To be hungry is inner condition. It should just be hungry and you determine how much food to give and what dose should be given. I get it. Everything is clear. Ration. Why is this happening? Because in the first place for you is kindness, humanity, and the fact that your dog is full. It aptly describes you, but for training it's very sad. You should have a super task so that your dog works. If your dog doesn't work, if it doesn't focus on you, then it's not hungry. No problem. Today I won't feed you. Tomorrow I will look at your behavior. Give yourself the super task that the dog should work. Do not feed your dogs all the time. If you feed it constantly, your dog feels awesome, and now you are giving some tasty food for a twiddly bit. This way, there is no progress. If the dog has motivation, you can master this whole general common basic course within a month and a half with no tension. You go for a walk, you work and work. This should be your work, your lifestyle. You should be interested to teach your dog. For instance, your super task is to teach it in 2 days. What should I do so that the dog is hungry? The dog has to be playful. Okay, I will teach it and then feed it. You're not tormenting your dog. You're just offering it to deserve food. So get them to work. For training and to reward the dog, we use meat or some other natural food like cheese, meat, sausage. Is this delicious food? Yes. Are you really claiming this dry food itself to be tasty? I get it. A dog with a certain metabolism does not bat and thus it's very hungry at all times, but nevertheless, you see, everything has to be free. And then it will be easy to train. Here it runs for this piece. If the dog needs a piece, you are in control of the situation. If it does not need it, you won't do anything. You see, it's pretty simple. Once again, do the same. You know, it is important to watch the behavior of the dog. No one refers to the dog badly, nobody is going to torment it. This is done for the dog to understand that food should be deserved. Take food, offer the dog to do elementary actions that is to chase the hand with food. That's not difficult at all. Mongrels in the streets constantly look for food in dumps, wolves hunt in the woods. Thus, we offer the dog to follow the hand to get food is such a trifle. If the dog doesn't want the treat, it's a spoiled with good food dog and moreover, totally unfocused. If the dog doesn't follow the hand, just skip feeding. Following feeding turn to training. Do it unless and until it runs after this hand. So,
То
if
есть,
the
если
dog does
собака не
not
начала
run
есть
after
из
my
рук рук,
hand,
кормите ее
I should
устно.
not feed it, right? Of course. Just don't feed it. Just turn feeding to work. Do not put the ball somewhere, just take food into your pocket, show this food in front of the dog, it executes the orders, and we feed it. Generally, when we start to work with a dog, the most optimal is constantly feed it out of the pocket a week or two. It's not always possible, but if you have food to put into the pocket, it's better to work in such mode a week or two. The dog should get only food if it runs after the hand. This will lead to normal, good contact, to good focus on a person, a good readiness to work. Even if you learn many different methods, techniques, any dips, but there is no sense in all this if the dog is not ready to cooperation, if it understands that a person controls the resources. In order to get this resource, it's necessary to do what the person says, to adjust to the person. You see, it's pretty simple. Yeah. Professional Dog Training School of Alexei Potyokin.